Are you ready?
Yep.
All students were told to draw a line across the middle of the paper. All the exercises in term 1, the paper must be landscape format, not portrait. Please check your child has followed those instructions. Now, we told him to draw an environment, a landscape properly, draw in a number of buildings of different size and proportion. Large ones at the front and smaller ones at the back. To begin with, they were to draw a line. The line should be the first corner of a building. The line above the horizon should be the same length as the line below the horizon. We are drawing a Botswana village environment when the landscape is very flat. And you will see that if you draw the thing correctly, lines at the top of the building move down towards the horizon. Lines at the bottom of the building move up towards the horizon. You can see that the line of the horizon is going through the middle of the main body of the building. If you are to make small structures, you will have lots of empty space. So we encourage the students to do large buildings and smaller buildings. The larger the buildings, the faster the space on the paper will be covered. We ask the students to do both rectangular buildings and circular buildings, as that are the basic shapes of most buildings in a village or in a city. Cylindrical. It will have an arch above the horizon, and it will have an arch at the bottom of the building and below the horizon. You'll see when it's below, the curve moves upwards. When it's above the horizon, the curve moves down like a rainbow. You can see that the top and the bottom are just about the same length. These are the demonstrations given to students in class. They were encouraged to ensure that the main body of the building on round structures was wider this way, not longer that way. When it is wider this way, it sits nicely in the landscape. If it is tall, it doesn't look proper. It doesn't relax, the eye doesn't relax with it. Now, this is as far as we got week 3. That's as far as we got for week 3. Your child was asked to draw these building structures with the horizon going through the middle of the main body of those buildings. After that, the students were asked now to put in the doors and the windows. And we instructed the students that the top of the door and the top of the window are on the same line, as that's what it is like in most people's homes. Again, if the top of the window is above the horizon, the lines go down towards the horizon. If the bottom of the window is below the horizon, the line goes up. This bottom of the window is not below the horizon, so it doesn't go up. It's straight, almost parallel with the horizon. Students must show the underneath of the roof of the building. We can see where the grass has been cut at the edge of the roof. The top of the window and the door must appear to follow the curve of the roof. It must not be straight. It must follow an imaginary curve. Normally, we are positioned in one place and we see these structures from one position. Therefore, we will only be able to see two sides of a structure. We won't be able to see all the sides. If I can see this side of the wall where it meets the door, I won't be able to see this side. I am positioning myself somewhere in the middle of the picture. So from this side, I could see this side of the wall for the windows and the door. But from this side, because I'm positioned here, it will be the opposite way. Because now I'm looking from this position. Are we clear? Now, once the buildings are done, you can now add infrastructure. The students were told in week 4, put in some trees to make the environment look more beautiful and interesting. And we emphasized that buildings, trees at the front are larger than trees in the middle and the back of the picture. Trees even in the background. Might be like so. We asked the children to draw in flat, small hills, as we don't believe there are many mountains in Botswana. We also asked the students to put in a path or a roadway which follows the laws of perspective, whereby it gets wider and bigger at the front and gradually gets smaller at the back. If we get that far, we should be at the end of week 4. Okay, so therefore your child should be at this stage. We also asked the students to try and indicate where the tree, the root of the tree meets the earth, not to leave it as undefined. Okay, let's have a little break and look at that. Do you need it that way?